Picture this, you're in a coffee shop and need to write an email, debug code, or brainstorm a business strategy. Normally, you'd reach for your laptop, but Anthropic just changed that. Claude, one of the world's most advanced AI assistants, is now available directly on your phone. And here's the part that matters. It's not a simplified version with limited features. It's the full, powerful Claude. When we talk about AI on mobile, people usually think of stripped-down chatbots with basic responses. But this is different. Claude Cowork brings Anthropic's cutting-edge models directly to your pocket, the same AI that handles complex coding, deep research, and nuanced writing. You can draft documents, analyze data, solve technical problems, and think through complex decisions, all without leaving your phone. That fundamentally changes how knowledge workers can approach their day. You're no longer anchored to a desk. Your most capable AI assistant goes everywhere you go. And that raises an interesting question. If AI can do serious work from your pocket, what does that mean for how we actually work? For remote teams? For how productivity happens? This isn't just an app update. It's a change in what's possible. To understand why this matters, we need to rewind a bit. Anthropic launched Claude in 2023, and the AI community immediately noticed something different. This wasn't just another chatbot. Claude could write entire essays, debug complex code, explain nuanced topics, even help with creative work. It was genuinely capable. Over the last couple of years, Anthropic kept improving. They released Claude 3, with different versions for different needs. Haiku for speed, Sonnet for balance, Opus for maximum capability. Each update made Claude more powerful, more reliable, and more useful for serious work. But here's what was missing: access. If you wanted to use Claude, you needed to be at a computer. You'd go to the website or use an app, sure, but there was always friction. Mobile versions of most AI assistants are typically compromises. They're built for quick questions, not real work. The interface is simplified. Features are missing. It feels like you're using a light version. Anthropic saw that gap. They saw that knowledge workers need powerful AI assistants everywhere, not just at their desk. So they built Claude Cowork specifically for mobile. Native iOS and Android apps that bring the full power of Claude to your phone. That's the breakthrough here. It's not about having AI on your phone. It's about having your best AI tool on your phone. So what exactly is Claude Cowork? Let's break it down. At its core, it's native iOS and Android applications that connect directly to Claude's API. That means your phone is communicating with Anthropic servers in real time, getting responses from the actual Claude model, not a limited mobile version, not a cached offline model, but the real thing. The architecture here is important. The app doesn't try to run Claude locally on your phone. Your phone isn't powerful enough for that. Instead, it sends your requests to Anthropic's infrastructure and streams the responses back. That's why it's so capable. You get the full power of Claude without your phone having to contain it. The interface is built specifically for mobile work. Think about how you actually use your phone. You're texting, switching between apps, managing notifications. The Claude Cowork app is designed around interruption. You can pause a conversation, switch to another app, come back later, and pick up where you left off. It's designed for how mobile work actually happens, not how desktop work happens. The app also integrates with your phone's capabilities. You can easily share things from other apps, paste code or text, and pass it to Claude. It feels native, not like you're using a web app squeezed onto a small screen. And crucially, it preserves conversation context. You can have multiple projects, multiple conversations, and Claude remembers the context of each one. Let's get concrete about what you can actually do with this. Imagine you're a developer. You're on the train, realize there's a bug in code you deployed this morning, and you need to figure it out. You pull up Claude on your phone, paste the error, and work through it. You can write code, test approaches, even implement fixes all from your phone, or you're a writer. You're away from your desk, inspiration strikes, and you want to draft an idea. You open Claude, brainstorm. Iterate on the writing, refine paragraphs. The full writing workflow on your phone, or you're in a meeting, need to understand a technical concept quickly, want a clear explanation for your team. You ask Claude, get a detailed breakdown in seconds. That's real-world productivity. Business folks use this too, analyzing data, writing proposals, making strategic decisions. You get research summaries, comparative analysis, scenario planning, things that normally require sitting down and doing serious work. The key is that these aren't simplified tasks. You're not just asking Claude what is machine learning and getting a paragraph back. You're doing the actual work you'd do on a desktop. You're writing hundreds of words, engaging in back-and-forth conversations, iterating on outputs. You're doing serious work from your phone. That's the change. It sounds small, but it changes your entire approach to when and where work happens. Now, Claude isn't the first AI on mobile. ChatGPT has an app. Google's Gemini is on phones. Perplexity, Copilot, they are all there. So what makes Claude different? First, raw capability. Claude consistently benchmarks higher than most competitors on complex reasoning tasks. That matters when you're doing serious work. Second, the interface. Claude Cowork feels less like a chat interface crammed onto a phone and more like an app built for mobile from the ground up. Conversations are cleaner, navigation is smoother, context switching is simpler. Third, pricing and access. Anthropic has been competitive, and they're being intentional about making Claude accessible. Compare this to ChatGPT's app, which works but feels like a mobile version of the web interface. Or Google Gemini's app, which tries to do too much, search integration, image generation, voice features, and feels scattered as a result. Claude Cowork is focused. It does one thing, give you access to Claude's raw conversational power, optimized for how you actually work on mobile. The app gets out of your way. You're not battling UI complexity or fighting with simplified features. You're just talking to Claude. Now, is Claude the best at everything? No. Some competitors have features Claude doesn't. Some excel at specific tasks. But as a general-purpose AI assistant on mobile, the combination of raw capability plus thoughtful mobile design puts Claude in a strong position. So why does this matter beyond just convenience? Let's think bigger. Knowledge work is increasingly distributed. Your team isn't in one office anymore. They're across time zones, working from coffee shops, home offices, airports. Productivity tools need to work wherever people actually are. Claude on mobile means you're not choosing between staying productive and being mobile. You can do both. That changes the structure of work. Normally, important work waits until you're at your desk. But what if your most capable tool went everywhere? Meetings become more productive because you can do real analysis on the spot. You're not taking notes to process later, you're solving problems in real time. Code reviews happen faster. Writing gets iterated on immediately. The friction of location disappears. There's also a broader implication here. As AI assistants become more capable and more accessible, they integrate deeper into how work actually happens. It's not I use Claude when I need help. It becomes Claude is just part of how I work. Like having a really smart colleague in your pocket. That normalizes AI in the workplace. It changes how people think about AI capability. You see it in action continuously, not as a novelty. You realize what it's actually useful for and what it's not. And here's the thing, this probably just scratches the surface. Mobile-first AI is still early. As these tools become standard, new workflows will emerge that we haven't even thought of yet. Let's talk about how to actually use this. First, you need the app. It's available on iOS via the Apple App Store and on Android via Google Play. Search for Claude or look for Anthropic's official app. Download it. You'll need an Anthropic account or a Claude Pro subscription. If you already use Claude on the web, you probably have an account. Just log in. If not, you'll set one up. It takes 2 minutes. Once you're logged in, the interface is straightforward. You see your conversations, you can start a new one, and you interact with Claude exactly like you would on desktop. Type your message, hit send, Claude responds. The mobile version streams responses, so you see Claude thinking in real time. That's actually useful because you can see progress. You can pause and come back if you're interrupted. The app handles context really well. Start a conversation, leave it, come back a week later, and Claude remembers everything you discussed. If you work on multiple projects, you can keep separate conversations. The app integrates with your phone's sharing system. If you're reading an article and want Claude's analysis, you can share it directly from your browser into Claude. That's actually super convenient. And there's one more thing, the app respects your privacy. Conversations are encrypted. Your data isn't sold. Anthropic's business model is subscriptions, not ads, which means they are not incentivized to harvest your information. That matters when you're doing actual work. Okay, so here's what this really means. Claude Cowork represents a change in how capable tools reach people. It's not just we made an app, it's we took our most powerful AI and made it work the way you actually work. That's the design philosophy, and it's the right one. Knowledge work isn't going anywhere. Remote and distributed work aren't going anywhere. AI is only getting more useful. The intersection of those three things means that capable AI on your phone stops being a novelty and becomes essential. What Anthropic is doing here is proving you don't have to sacrifice capability for convenience. You don't have to choose between powerful AI and mobile access. You can have both. As AI becomes more integrated into how we work, that matters. We're at a point where your phone has more computing power than existed in the entire world 50 years ago. It's wild to think about. And now that power includes access to one of the world's most capable AI assistants. That changes what's possible. If you're curious about this, whether you're someone who uses AI for work or you're just interested in where this technology is headed, download the app and try it. See what Claude can do from your phone. Experience the difference between an AI tool that's convenient and an AI tool that's actually useful. The fact that Claude managed to be both is why this matters. Follow for daily AI news as these tools keep evolving.